Playa Papagayo is a beautiful anchorage. It's fairly well protected and it's only 15 minutes away from Marina Rubicon on the south of Lanzarote. It's not surprising that many cruisers prefer to stay at anchor when they can and are keen to the marina for refuel or safe harbor. It also explains why there are so many boats coming here for a day anchoring and going back to the marina at night. These days, things seem to be pretty easy going. We've been enjoying the anchorage and time free of drama. I don't know if you know that. We fouled our anchor twice by now, and both times we had to get a diver to help out. I don't like having to be reliant on someone else for something as important and expensive as the anchor system, so I thought best to buy diving equipment. Although I have several certifications, my last dive was over 5 years ago, so I asked them for a refresher course. Clearly there were things I forgot, but it all went quite well, and now I feel much more confidence in using the equipment.
Miguel is having his diving refreshing course at the moment, so he's underwater and I'm sitting here waiting until their exercise, because they started with some exercises, and until when they're done I'm gonna do some snorkeling myself, because I don't have my paddy or anything, so I'm here for support. Quite nice to see how they are doing it.
When we came back from the dive, we were invited for a cruisers get-together at the beach. It was really nice. We ended up meeting new cruisers and also people that we've been following on Instagram. Gonna try to walk up a volcano today. Looks quite cool. Look at this.
Here's a path. I think we should take that and go to the other volcano, and then on the way back we can go up there. What do you think?
Okay.
So we're following the track to see where we will end up.
Very close.
We're here. Oh, on the other side.
Cool.
I love your enthusiasm.
Let's go up the mountain. Finally here. How long was that?
An hour and 25 minutes.
Okay. Not too bad. We came in through there, and the car is there. And the first crater we kind of went around was this one.
No, you know, I
It was time to continue our trip to Las Palmas. We invited Sanuti, Calypso and Black Moon for one more game night.
Bloemkool?
Nee.
I always do the same thing. Okay, cheers.
Barco.
Salade?
Wat?
Klaar?
The next morning came, and as we were going through our pre-departure checks, disaster happened. The oil on the dipstick was milky, indicated that water found its way into the engine, and we ran it that way for some time. Okay, I'm not sure how best to diagnose this. So I think we need to figure out where the water is going in, so we can stop it. So short term, I think what we need to do is to get some of the oil out, put new oil in. We can motor to the marina. We'll go to the marina for at least a night until we solve this. I mean, it's not going to be a night, it's going to be a few more than a few nights. We'll change the oil, but the first thing we did was to take some oil out, and you could see the water. I took the engine manual out for guidance in this issue and called the manufacturer for support. Our experience with Beta Marine is that they are not great at answering emails, but they give top-notch phone support. Okay, so not really bad news, I suppose, all around bad news. What he says is, okay, do exactly what we've done, take the oil out and take the oil out, put new in, use the engine as little as possible. Most likely he says that it's water coming from the anti-siphon. So water coming from the anti-siphon, that's what just went back into the engine through here. So what he says is that it creates so much pressure that then it might damage the piston, the rod underneath the piston. And if that needs to be changed, then the whole engine must be taken apart for that change to take place. So we're talking about, we need to take all of this off. The whole engine must come out, and then a yard needs to do the work, really. He said, okay, so what we can do is change the oil, use it as little as possible, go to the yard or go to the marina, then really change the oil properly and do a compression test. And the compression test should tell us if we have an issue with a rod or not. So it's going to be that a compression test. We don't have the equipment to do a compression test, so we'll need to buy, which I don't think they really sell it here because it's a bit more specific. I'm hoping that maybe someone in the marina knows someone that might have something that we can borrow. But if it's bad, then it's very bad. Okay, you can hear in my voice an explanation that I was feeling quite overwhelmed. So let me try to explain better what happened and what the manufacturer was proposing. For that, I need to give you a quick introduction to the cooling of most marine engines installed in yachts. They have something called indirect cooling system. That means seawater is circulated by a pump through a heat exchanger that cools the coolant, which then goes through the engine. The seawater goes through a seacock to a pre-filter to get the big chunks out, through the pump, circulates around the engine and into a heat exchanger where it cools the coolant. It then exits the heat exchanger, goes through an anti-siphon valve and connects to exhaust elbow. Here it mixes with the exhaust gases, cooling the mixture, and it goes down to a silencer box. Finally, the pressure of the exhaust pushes the water out of the silencer and out of the boat. What the manufacturer was suggesting was that the anti-siphon failed. This means when the engine was off, water continued to collect on the silencer. Since the engine was off, there was no pressure to push out the water. Water kept on collecting until it reached the top of the elbow, then start running down into the manifold, through the valves and into the combustion chambers. On its own, this is bad but not catastrophic, since it can be fixed as long as the engine isn't switched on. However, if the engine is started when water is in the combustion chamber, the water prevents the piston from completing its cycle, bending the rod underneath it. If this happens, to fix it, the entire engine needs to be disassembled. A compression test would help determine if the rod has been damaged or not. Since we found water on the oil, this indicates we ran the engine with water, which most likely means we started the engine with water in the chamber, so we were feeling quite down. The first thing to check is the anti-siphon valve.
So, seems okay, but I think that
This improves the quality massively.
it hasn't.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing in it. Oh, come on! Like I said, I don't expect any issues there because we tested it the other day.
The anti-siphon valve looked good, so we didn't think that was the cause of the issue. We needed some more information, so we took the dinghy to the marina. We went to get oil at the yard and had a chat with the mechanic. We explained what happened and he said it all indicated we had damaged the engine and that the fix would run almost the cost of a new engine. That was a hard one to hear. We went back to the phones, calling the insurance and the manufacturing for more information. The insurance had little to offer and the manufacturer confirmed what the mechanic said. Another blow. Anyway, before anything is done, we needed to change the oil and bring the boat back to the marina.
In that case, can I have his contact already?
Niels and Roger from Black Moon and Sanuti came around for a helping hand and moral support. That was great because it really helped lifting the mood. On our own, I think we would only think about the worst case scenario and spiral into misery.
Well, not when your head is in front of it, Miguel. Okay,
Oh, that's right. That's good. Have you put your finger in?
That's what she said.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
We're still trying to figure out where the water was coming from. We disassembled the exhaust elbow, expecting to see some evidence of water running down through it. Because it's seawater and there's a lot of carbon on the system, we should be able to see some evidence of corrosion.
Wow, that seems to be quite
We couldn't find any.
Okay, so the orange, it's from the gasket.
So it's there. So here, okay, so there's nothing there. I don't see any evidence of like a stream or water, right?
Any other way, just to make a comparison.
But here, yeah, I suppose. Was it open just now? Did I leave it open?
No, it was closed.
No, it's closed. Okay. Yikes. There we go. Saskia, please film that.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, inside. I want...
It won't explode in my face, no.
No guarantee.
It's never is. Where do you want me to film, Miguel?
Just close.
No, I just where, for example, where Niels is or
Yeah,
just the other side. I just
Yeah, so
Yeah.
nothing specific.
Exactly.
Not one specific part, but basically the whole thing.
Suppose. You see it?
Yeah.
There, the difference?
But isn't that because there was still some in the engine?
Let's hope so.
And that's why you have to run it a couple of times. I got so happy when it started.
This is water. Is it? Yeah. You can see it in the drop shape.
Ah, right.
Yeah. There you go. I think it's old remains.
What did you say?
Old remains of water from
Oh,
the...
you said I think it's over, man. I thought,
No, 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 no. It never is.
Spare my heart. It always goes to the opinions.
But, no, 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 no.
After changing the oil once, we ran the engine for 30 minutes and did a second oil change. Much, but I think we should proceed to the second operation.
Yeah. Now it's nice and what? Warm, so.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't think this is.
This is chocolate milk.
It's a different color.
Not really. This has a lot of butter in it as well.
Yeah, but I think that's the remains from the
thing?
Yeah, in
yes.
the pump, definitely, no?
I mean, of course, we'll do one more oil change. Can you see it? How can you see it well?
I can take it outside. Yeah, but then
Yeah,
I only
you
see
see
white
how-
because of the light.
Okay.
Maybe.
Can you check now? I'm just curious. We run the engine and there was...
Could see the oil was still milky, but this is expected as we weren't able to take all the oil from the first time.
That's a lot, huh? Yeah, look at it. It's still clear, huh? It's nothing. But it's
Okay, how much is this?
Okay.
Ran the engine for 30 minutes and did the third oil change. Can you see anything? At the third one, the oil looked quite good. We now have done 3 oil changes and ran the engine for over 1 hour. The engine runs smoothly and there aren't any new noises to worry about. At this point we felt confident to motor back into the marina, but it was night already. The forecast for the next day was for very light winds. This meant we couldn't sail in, but also meant we didn't have to push the engine for power. We secured the dinghy to the side and had it ready to tow in case it was needed.
Well, it's probably quiet since it's early, so that's nice.
Are we tipped up? You want to tie up?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Bram kindly escorted us into the marina, as 2 outboards are better than 1. Usually the engine gets pushed hard when berthing or during close quarter maneuvering. Luckily, with the weather we got, it all went down quite smoothly.
We just arrived in the marina and I docked at the reception pontoon. Marina always opens at 9 and it's 9:15 now, so we're gonna empty the oil again and then, well, after that see which berth we're gonna get, and at 9 the chandlery opens as well, so we can buy new oil and then continue the work.